Thank you. Just in case you're curious, I represent a few non-profit organizations, right? The Global Robot Cluster being one of them. That's based out of Daegu in Korea. I'm also the vice chair with the International Alliance of Robotic Association, based out of Hangzhou in China. And of course, based at home here in Singapore is APARA. As a non-profit organization, we actually spend a lot of time within the region as well as Europe to talk about the different technology that affects our life. To kind of get the motivation going and explore the possibilities of AI and robotics, I like to kind of start off this session for the next 10 to 15 minutes to talk about some of the key things that we're all hearing about and how it will eventually affect the built environment. My first part will focus around the technology itself and the understanding of AI and robotics. Later on, I'll share with you some videos on particularly the use of AI and robotics in the construction environment and how are they possible. So the motivation for AI and robotics is one of the hottest topics today. I'm very sure that in any conversation that you have, everyone will be talking about AI. The question is really going to be, what is really in AI? Got a chance to meet a few Japanese friends this afternoon, and I was sharing with them that back in the early 90s, I was part of the Japan-Singapore AI Center, and I was in Tokyo for about 6 months working with the NEC International Center, where we tried to understand some of the basics around AI technology. At that point in time, because there's nothing on Gen AI or LLMs or agentic AI, right? We were talking about expert systems, we're talking about reasoning, fuzzy logic, and so on and so forth. But the world has evolved a lot over time. The question is, will AI replace human labor? And this is a topic that goes on and on. Trust me, for the last 4 decades, it has been that same discussion. I'm pretty sure that as we move forward, we will move beyond buzzword to what I call bottom line. It's time that AI can deliver results to businesses, whether it is cutting costs, reducing losses, or improving productivity, and eventually enhancing on the top line. Moving from buzzword to bottom line is what we are all looking for. But how is that going to work? What does that really mean to all of us? And to understand that, we really got to appreciate the evolution of skills over the years. Clearly, from studies that we are seeing, the human need for special skills are all revolving around intelligent competency. And this is a big topic because everywhere we go, we want things to be done more intelligently. Does AI do the job for us? Can AI really perform the level which we humans are not able to do so? What is also important is we're seeing episodes where machine learning technology has been able to outwit the human intelligence, right? Chess playing being one of the earliest example, AlphaGo beating the chess player. So what does all this translate into? We're also seeing that skills are shifting over time to support organizations. We're seeing concepts such as robot process automation, where processes are automated to a level equivalent to what a human being can do. We definitely see a lot of reports today that looks at state of the art, state of AI in the construction sector, and I won't repeat any of this, but clearly, if you Google, there's definitely a lot of information on the application of AI in the construction sector. I'm a chess player. I love playing chess for the last 5 decades or so. But in the 90s, chess master Garry Kasparov lost to the machine. Today, Gary spends a lot of time looking at AI, trying to understand what it is. And he made this statement: we need better humans, not less technology. We need humans who can understand technology so that we can be smarter with technology. I think that's a very important message. The time whereby we learn something and live with it for the rest of our life, it's probably gone. Alvin Toffler, in his book, said, we need to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Each of the technology shifts is getting shorter and shorter. In fact, let me quote from Albert Einstein. Doing the same thing over and over again is insane if we expect different results. If we expect improvements, if we expect better performance, we got to think how we can do things differently. The question is AI the answer? We hear a lot about AI being this fantastic tool, this fantastic technology that can perform just like a human. But let me debunk that based on my personal experience and my personal understanding of what AI can or cannot do. AI today is very good with what I call deductive reasoning. Based on a lot of past information and patterns, it is able to summarize and deduce what is possible, come to a conclusion. Then there is inductive reasoning. Based on the understanding, can you predict what's going to happen next? In those two areas, AI can perform a great job, particularly in deductive reasoning, where you have lots of data, your data set is voluminous, and from those patterns, you're able to figure out what's going to happen. But I must qualify by saying that AI today is unable, not yet, I believe, to do what I call adaptive reasoning. Now, what's adaptive reasoning? I believe in many of our management meetings, we sit in and say, okay, that's a trend that's happening, we've got competition on the table, we've got price strategy issues. What are we going to do next? You can go through all the past history to understand what has happened before. At the end of the day, the managing director asks one question. What is your best guess? What do you think will happen next? It's not what the past can tell you to be. It is what you think as a human being, with gut feeling, what can you achieve? Now, that's something at this point in time AI is unable to perform. We humans have the capability to think beyond the 9 dots, to do what that has never happened before, and eventually come out with best results. Adaptive reasoning is our human strength. We need to combine the power of our capability with the machine in order to achieve what I call authentic intelligence. Intelligence that's a mix of artificial and human intelligence. This gives rise to what I call the connected worker. And the connected worker is a concept that has been around for quite a while. In other words, humans and machines will get to work together, and the need for them to work together to achieve better results. And I'm sure if you ask ChatGPT, you get a lot of answers around this. As part of the connected worker concept, one component is the AI. It's the AI agent, it's the ChatGPT, the generative AI tool, and what you name it to be, right? It will supplement and augment our capability, which is why Apara stands in strongly since 2018 to say that we believe technology will augment human capability and to a certain extent, extend our potential. Personally, I believe in a simple formula called 0 to 1 and 1 plus. Now, many people ask me, what's 0 to 1, what's 1 plus? Well, if your ideal performance is 1, and today you're 0.5, maybe 0.6, what can AI do to bring you to the ideal performance of 1? Right? You augment your capability. Does it end at 1? No. Can you extend it further? Can you do more than what you never thought you could do? Is it 1.5, 1.6, 2, 3, 4? And if humans can actually leverage artificial intelligence to go beyond what you personally imagine yourself can do, you would have worked smarter with AI. And there are many, many examples of how this can be done with AI in place, whether it is from the drawing board of the buildings, right down to the project management and execution, and eventually right into the monitoring of facilities and facade management. AI can definitely benefit anybody who knows how to use the technology. I love this diagram. Many people think AI is just a simple one box pump a lot of data through it, and you get outcome. You get values of decisions that you want to make. Simple 3-box diagram. But many do not understand that this is what AI really looks like. Lots of component, lots of functionality, lots of technology built in, right? And everything has to work in synchronization for you to produce a result with this. When the manager tells you, or when the managing director tells you, it's easy, let's just use AI. Words are easy, they're cheap, one sentence. But the technical people behind will struggle again and again to build the model that can achieve the results you're looking for. The iterations that it goes through with the large language models, right? With the whole reasoning process, it's not as simple as what we think it to be. So when somebody says, we have a project, let's use AI to do it, I normally will ask them, what do you think AI will do for you? How would you benefit from the AI you want to use? And more importantly, what is the journey of adopting AI technology? This is something which I picked up recently, and I thought it's very interesting, right? We always look at this left-hand chart to say that, hey, we see a lot of these functional prototypes. They're just lovely machines that dance around and show you some fancy outcome. But what we may or may not understand is the exponential growth possible with AI. And we are actually at the verge of trying to achieve this. Quantum computing has been around for a while, but quantum computing is coming to a mature state where it can contribute to multi-processing capabilities. And already we see some of the chip makers using GPUs to achieve that. So it is not very far away. We're definitely seeing great potential of all this coming together. I'm going to leave you with this final phrase. Since I talk about quantum computing, quantum physics, Dr. Max Planck, he said this, and I'd like to kind of echo this to all of you because I believe it will change the way you think. When you change the way you look at things, all right? Change the way you look at things. The things you look at change. Now think about it again, right? Many times we are biased, prejudiced to what happened in the past. We humans have the capability to think beyond what has happened before and achieve more. And putting it together will give us the right results. Again, many times we tend to spend a lot of effort looking at what technology is possible when we should think about what should be done. What should be done that is more important than what technology can do for us. So I believe on the term return on intelligence, not investment, but how you can build the intelligence within the human, within the organization, and figure out what's the return on investment versus the return on intelligence versus what's the return on investment. And let's all be smarter with AI. Let's not compete with AI. And let's look at how AI can be adopted in the construction sector, and that helps us to set what I believe will be the new normal. So that's all I have to share with you for now.